What's up, y'all? Sitting here, just got done fooling with my rabbits here. That's my new bunny. Anyways, I got two of them out there eating on grass. Some people actually say I shouldn't graze this time of the year because there's still snow on the ground. I needed a place to put them to so I can actually clean it from underneath them. It's clean. Uh, this is actually the second time I did this. But anyways, we're going to talk about organic versus inorganic farming. Now, when I say inorganic, I mean you're keeping 500 animals in a 55 by 50 area, feeding them corn, soybean, and feathers, and dead cows, and chickens, and stuff like that. But anyways, also the garden side, the crop side of it. Anyways, in organic farming, okay, we're gonna take three basic problems. Actually, four basic problems. And we're going to talk about them. For one, we're going to talk about weed control. Now, most of this does not have to do with animals whatsoever, okay? But weed control, for one, okay? A lot of farmers are spraying like Roundup or glyphosate or um, Asian orange type stuff. And it's hurting not only the weed, but it's hurting us when we eat it, for one. Um, for two, it doesn't really do anything. Uh, 6 months later, you're still gonna have that weed problem. So, how you take care of it in organic farming is, for one, you know, you can lay down um, a cover, say, like wood chips, for example. I'm going to use that. Okay. That right there is my soil builder. Okay. But anyways, you could use wood chips. You could use crap. You can use like newspaper, cardboard for. I would check the source of the cardboard actually. Whether they use plastic and stuff like that in them because plastic doesn't break down very well. Um, or you can go with kind of an inorganic material such as plastic. But I prefer. I For me personally, I like using wood chips and stuff like that because they break down fairly easy. Uh, Another thing you could use is rocks. I haven't like personally planted in rocks myself, so I don't really know how you go about doing it. But for those of you that do know how, just leave a comment below, and I'll, you know, you know, read it and say thank you for the information, man. But I haven't personally planted in rocks, although that is something you could use to uh, use as weed control. The other is like I'm doing right here. Okay, even though I don't know if you can see them or not, even though that this is not really a garden, but you can just set an empty rabbit cage over it and let them eat it, or pull it, feed it to them. That's another point I wanted to get across is a lot of these industrial farms that have 500-600 head in a 55 by 50 area, they go about feeding them corn, soybean, You know, the stuff that they're not designed to eat to get them to grow bagger, bigger, bigger, fatter, bigger, fatter, faster, cheaper. I'm going to attribute that to Joel Salatin because he's the one that actually said that first. But anyways, faster, fatter, bigger, cheaper. Yes. So they got a problem here with uh, diseases and stuff like that. They don't really care, so they're vaccinating all their animals and stuff like that to try to keep them healthy. Well, in an organic situation, on that, your plants that you're feeding them, the feed that you're feeding them, is the medicine. Feed them good feed, got a healthy animal, all around better wealth. Is it cheap? Yeah, actually it is, because you know you can grow your own food for them. Now, okay, I discussed weed control and got off topic a little bit. Now I'm going to discuss pest. Okay, pest. Just okay, pests such as aphids, whiteflies, sorry, I like that stuff. Known as aphids, whiteflies, ladybugs, slugs, snails, any type of pest, really. Okay, they're not going after healthy plants. A lot of people say, well, oh, my plants are healthy, but they got ate up with bugs. Well, then your plant ain't healthy. For one, because if you have healthy soil, what's this one doing? Hey. Oh, okay, sleeping. I've never seen a rabbit sleep before, actually. But anyways, before we get off topic again, if you have healthy plants or healthy soil, you have healthy plants. Healthy soil means plants can actually take up a lot of water. Okay, so when an aphid or a whitefly or a ladybug or an ant or you know, whatever pest really you have bites into that plant, guess what? He drowns. Okay, because the plant is able to take up so much water that there's actually a lot in those leaves that when the minute it bites into it, it comes out and it drowns the plant, drowns the bug, pest. Also, a lot of organic farmers are composting and mulching and fritter, feeding plants to their critters, their animals, their livestock, to you know, produce more fertilizer or compost or just all around better soil. And doing that, okay, then your compost or whatever you're using has a high called chitinase value, which means the plant is taking up a natural pesticide. Well, I mean, scratch that. It's not really a natural pesticide, really. It's something in the soil that helps the plant actually be able to resist pests. So, yeah, chemical fertilizers don't do that. Chemical pesticides don't do that. They don't help the plant create its own repellent or pesticide to help it repel or kill the pest. So that's something that is a very big problem because you're spraying it on something that you are going to eat yourself. Now, or somebody or somebody that buys your product is going to eat. If they die, guess what? They ain't going to come back and buy more. So, yeah. Sorry, that was kind of insensitive for me to say, but yeah, it's the truth, though. Anyways, now we've got, um, what was it? Weed control. We've got down to the pest. Now we're going to go down to fertilization. Fertilization, you buy a bag of chemical fertilizer. It's called like 10 10 10 or something like that. It is $25 a bag for 50 pounds. Actually, no, I'm wrong. 20 pounds. Okay? No, I'm wrong again. It's 25 here. 10 10 10. $25 for 25 pounds. 10% nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, and 10% potassium. So that means 25-pound bag nitrogen. I have two and a half pounds of nitrogen. 2.5 pounds of nitrogen, 2.5 pounds of phosphorus, and 2.5 pounds of potassium. Add it all up, that's only 7.5 pounds of actual fertilizer that can be used. The rest is petroleum base to be able to mix it with, and whatever they mix it with to actually get it to a solid. Now, organic wise, compost is a 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, but you're making a lot of compost. Just today, cleaning out all my rabbit cages, been going for about a week, except for one, because it's been going for about a month. It's the one with the $2 in there. I generated over 20 pounds of fertilizer at a 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 ratio. I'm saying that because I looked it up on the internet, okay? It could be totally different, actually. But a 0.5% of nitrogen at 20 pounds, hang on, is actually about 1/10 of a pound of nitrogen, 1/10 of a pound of phosphorus, 1/10 of a pound of potassium. But a lot of people sit there and think, oh, that's not good, that's too low, that's too low, that's too low. Here's the thing. Plants actually need more than just nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus to actually grow and grow well. Where you're generating compost, mulch, manure, that will be later on compost, you could actually get a lot of minerals to help your plant grow better. So, get out here for a second again, because I'm thirsty. I like cream soda. That's what that is, by the way. So, where you're generating a lot of manure, like I said, I'm getting about roughly about 10 pounds of composted material, I should say. Not 10 pounds, hang on. Make that 2 pounds of composted material in about a week. Now I've got something that's feeding the plant minerals and fertilizer. Well, minerals in general, actually, to help the plant grow bigger, faster, stronger, be able to resist pests, hold more water, have the plant be able to take up more water, and guess what? I am spending a lot less per acre, that is, okay? Right there. Breeding like rabbits, but they're $2. Anyways, yeah, we're not going to show that on here because it's not that type of channel. So I got a lot more fertilizer, twice as cheap, because a bag of, like I said, a bag of 10-10-10 fertilizer costs around $25, I think, whereas a bag of rabbit feed, pelletized rabbit feed that I feed my rabbits, only cost me about 14. Plus, I can feed them stuff out of the garden, and what I plan to do is, eventually that whole area, I plan on mowing it, raking it, and baling it to feed my rabbits in the wintertime. So, this guy doesn't really have to. Now we talked about weed control, we've talked about pest issues, we talked about fertilization issues. We have talked about, or we're going to talk about, we had two more things here, probably. Forget what I said at the beginning. But a couple more things. We're going to talk about irrigation issues. Irrigation issues on an industrial farm is actually very, very, very inefficient, okay? 50% of the water is actually getting to the plants, okay? No matter how much you water, though, see, yeah, 50% of the plants, 50% of the water is actually getting to the plants, okay? No matter how much you water, though, say you water 100 gallons, which means 50 gallons getting to the plant. Whether that plant actually uses that 50 gallons or not depends, okay? Most of it's lost through the air, okay? Evaporation, yeah, costs a lot. Whereas an organic farm, if you're using mulch, you're reducing your water needs. My garden's been there behind my house now for about 4 years, and I've only watered it 1 year, okay? The rest of it, I mulched it. I've got it to where it can produce and hold a lot more water, and it's building its own fertilizer, basically. I'll probably have to water it again this year because I was stupid and forgot to cover it, but yeah, that's fine. You know, I don't mind that. I use rain barrels anyway. So, gardens can hold a lot more water. Not only gardens, but farms that produce crops can hold a lot more water. I'm trying to keep moving. It's cold out here, guys. Anyways, can hold a lot more water, so you have to water less. Don't have to water as much, or at all. You know. Anyways, now we talked about irrigation issues. The other thing I want to talk about is all farms, industrial farms, want to produce a lot of income. They want to get that animal faster, fatter, faster, bigger, cheaper. FFBC. So, they're going off of income, they're going off of information that doesn't really show a lot of proof on animals. Now, plants is a whole different matter, actually. You can actually show proof on plants, but a lot of times you've got a lot of issues out there where somebody is feeding you a load of crap, okay? Load of crap doesn't really work. Yeah, it might work in the first 2, 3, maybe 4 seasons, but After that, you have to put on more to uh, get the same results. Whereas organically, okay, in an organic farm, I'm not after faster, fatter, bigger, cheaper. I'm after cheaper, okay? I'm after cheaper. Yes, I am after cheaper in an organic farm, which means, okay, all the weeds. I've never seen a rabbit scratch its nose. I'm sorry, guys. All the weeds that I pull that I know are okay to feed to these guys, I'm going to feed it to them. Okay, they're going to poop. Then they're going to I'm going to put the manure back in to feed more plants, to make more manure, to make more plants, to feed more animals, to make more manure, to feed more plants, to make more animals, to feed more animals, to make more manure, to feed more plants. You get it, guys, okay? I'm not going to go through this all and all and all and all and all again. So, instead of, not only that, but that produces a healthier plant, like I said in the first thing. So now I've got one expense, well, two expenses actually, but no, really, not really. One expense. The feed, basically the feed. The feed now producing two incomes. Okay. Plus, with the rabbit manure, I can actually feed that to my night crawlers that I produce here. So now I've got three incomes off of one expense. Okay. So, what can a farmer benefit from going organic from a conventional or non-organic farm? Is he's got three separate incomes, and all he has to do is take care of one expense. That's it. You know, a lot of people think, oh, if you want to grow, you know, you want to be a farmer, you got to go big. You got to have 150,000 acres. You got to have, you know, irrigation. You got to have food source. You got to have this multi-billion-dollar building. Okay, I can fit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 20. Oh, take it easy. 15 does, okay? 15 does. That's $3 per 5 does. So 18 rabbits in here. So 15 does. Yeah, that's a lot of does. It's a lot of money if you do the math. Roughly at about $1 a pound. Each doe producing 8 per litter and about 8 litters a year. It's a lot of rabbits. A lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money. So, not only that rabbit manure can be fed to the worms, which is going for $11 a pound now, about. Or I can sell it by the dozen, which is about $3 a dozen, give or take. So now, I've got two incomes, one expenses. The worm castings can go into the garden, feed the soil. I could sell some of it, or I could feed it back to my rabbits. Okay? That's basically it, guys, right there. Going organic is a whole lot cheaper than doing a conventional farm. Especially with the organic ways of doing things, because there's so many solutions to challenges you have out there with the conventional farm. organic wise, I should say. Conventional farm, for example, pests, parasites, and stuff like that. There's so many choices that you could actually have out there for that. So, and there's so much information out there on organic farming now that big old bird. Anyways, on organic farming that you can actually do, and it doesn't cost a lot, guys. That's it. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.